America has a new sports network, Fox Sports 1. We're in New York City at the press conference to officially announce the first event of the Golden Boys live series, which will be broadcast live on Fox Sports 1. In the main event, Brooklyn's middleweight contender Danny Jacobs faces former world title challenger Giovanni Lorenzo. The co-main event showcases undefeated Eddie Gomez from the Bronx against welterweight prospect Steve Upsher Chambers. Other headliners are 2012 U.S. Olympian Marcus Brown from Staten Island and Brooklyn's bantamweight prospect Claude Staton Jr. The event takes place Monday, August 19th at the Best Buy Theater in Manhattan. It'll be broadcast live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and it marks the first of a series of 24 fights from Golden Boy Live that'll take place across the country and aired on Fox Sports 1. Now, this is a real reunion, Danny Jacobs.
Yes, it is.
You know, we go back to the Golden Gloves. Remember those days?
I remember those days. Yes, I do.
I remember that one fight. You know, you went down and you said, oh, no, I didn't go down. That was a slip. Do you remember that?
I remember those days. We had some legendary nights in the images. We did.
So it's been a long journey. Do you want to fill our audience in a little bit?
Wow. Turned pro in 2007. I had such a remarkable career. Then I was struck with cancer about 2 years ago.
That's the biggest journey.
That's the biggest journey that I've ever fought in life. And I was paralyzed, and doctors told me I would never be able to box again. But to this day, you know, I've been able to prove the doctors wrong and not only come back and have 3 fights where I knocked all my opponents out, but I have my own main event here in Times Square. I mean, it really doesn't get better than that. So God has definitely been in my corner.
And that is the real journey. And your doctors on this cancer, yes. I mean, do they, you know, it is a contact sport, and sometimes they don't necessarily with all the blows that they had. What do they say about that?
Well, my doctors have a very good liking for me, and they really love me as a good kid. And they have a heartfelt for me. So when they say, you're going back to the ring, they're like, I don't want you to. But they gave me the pass to go in there. And my first time back, actually, I gave all my doctors a ticket to my fight. And when they came to see me perform, they were blown away. They were blown away. Because to see me in a wheelchair and then a year later, to see me perform in the ring and do what I love to do, unheard of. Unheard of.
And now tell me a little bit about this. Is it a championship fight? This is really something you've been waiting for?
This opportunity is amazing. God has been in my corner, and He keeps blessing me. And I'm just here to display my love and affection for the game because boxing is my favorite sport. I love boxing. How could you not love boxing? I mean, but boxing in Times Square, I mean, it doesn't get better than this. So for me to be able to come here and perform in front of my hometown crowd, it's spectacular.
Oh, that is it. And it's on Fox Sports 1?
Fox Sports 1. There you go. Monday night.
On Monday, August 19th. Any strategy against him?
Any strategy?
He's a pretty good knockouter, but you're pretty quick out there.
But I'm pretty fast, so he's gonna have a hard time in that ring trying to hit me. You know, Muhammad Ali said it best. You can't hit what you can't see, so good luck with that.
Okay. Say a shout out to your friends and fans.
Listen, Danny Jacobs want to thank all the fans. This lady right here has been with me since day one. Support her in this amazing show. We've been doing real boxing scene for a very long time. So thank you all the fans for always supporting me, sticking in my corner. And come Monday night, August 19th, we're going to do it big once again. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Danny.
Thank you so
Good
much.
luck. Thank you, Danny. Hey, you want to say a few words now for Black Star News and Destinio?
Black Star News? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Danny Jacobs, this is Destinio with Black Star News.
There we go.
I hesitate to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. It was. In fact, I even got goosebumps thinking about you coming back and having the guts to really come forward and give yourself another shot at the toughest sport in boxing.
Toughest sport.
They talk about baseball, basketball. Nothing beats boxing.
You can play basketball. You can play baseball. You can't play boxing.
You can.
Definitely one of the toughest sports in the world.
And on top of that, I don't know if I asked you this question before, but Floyd Mayweather has a lot of golden gems that he says that make a lot of sense. And people think, well, he's only jacked. But he says something the other day was profound. In fact, in his interview, he says, boxing is not a 9-to-5 job. It's 24/7. What do you think about that?
Well said, well said. And that's true because I learned at a young age that if I wanted to be successful in this sport, if I wanted to excel, rapidly. I mean, I started late. I started at 15. And in boxing, that's very late. But I knew that if I wanted to be successful, I had to live this. I gave up everything outside of boxing, and that doesn't concur with boxing. Boxing, if it's like oil and water, or it don't mix. Like the things that's outside in the streets that, as a teenager, that you're supposed to live and go through. I didn't have a teenage lifestyle. Boxing was my life, so I understand what he means by boxing. It's a 24/7 hour job. It is, yeah.
Does that then tell you that that's why he's so successful? I mean, he's a 44 try.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh every time he says that. 44 try, 44 fail,
yeah.
and come September 14th, 45. I'm going to have 45
right.
and no. Is that his philosophy? Because he seems to mature a lot, and he's like the old philosopher of boxing.
Well, he's been coming into his own, man. I mean, when you've been dominating for so long, I mean, when Muhammad Ali said, you know, it's not boosting or bragging if you can back it up. So he's been doing that, and no one can ever say Mayweather is a bad guy. Well, I mean, not a bad guy, he's a bad fighter. You can say whatever you want to say about him in his personal life.
Right.
We don't know him as a man. We only know what we see. We can't judge him, but in that ring, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Absolutely. Piggybacking on that, now, what is Danny Jacobs made of? What does Danny Jacobs thinks? He's going to be as bad as Mayweather or better than Mayweather, or how does he condition himself mentally and physically? Because boxing it's a mind game.
It's mental.
That's another one of Floyd Mayweather's gems. It's a mind game.
It is. It is. I don't go out there, like my goal right now for the second chance that I have in boxing is not really to be the greatest boxer of all time, because how do you really gauge who's the greatest boxer of all time? No, everyone has their opinion, so you can't be the greatest boxer of all time. My goal is to inspire as many people as I can with this amazing story that I have. All the cancer survivor, all the cancer people that's battling it. I mean, people are going to be inspired by me, and I just want to make my son proud to say my daddy did more than just boxing. You know, I want to leave a legacy for my last name, the Jacobs last. I'll pass it on to my child. I want him to be able to say, I'm proud of my dad, and you know what? I love him for a man, not a boxer.
Well said. You know, we never asked, but my mind is always curious because I was in the game a year before you were born anyway. But you have this tough opponent, Giovanni Lorenzo from the Dominican Republic. He got a pretty good, impressive record. You know, how do you think in terms of, yes, I'm going to fight him, but then beyond him, who in my horizon or the light at the end of the tunnel I would like to challenge to I can get to where I started from. I mean, started and from my point of beginning to where I really want to go.
Right. Well, God is structuring my life as we go along. So I don't worry about tomorrow. I don't worry about next week. I worry about today, you know, and I train hard so I can be prepared for whoever I get in the ring with. But whatever destiny has laid for me, I can't. It's not in my plans. That's God's plans. So I really feel like God has big plans for me, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the grace of God. So for me to be able to be here and say, I want to fight this guy, and haven't gotten through this guy yet, how can I do that? You know, I'm worried about Giovanni Lorenzo, and Monday, August 19th is going to be one heck of a night for boxing.
Giovanni Lorenzo, the only guy that exists in your horizon, focus, emotion, the only guy.
The only guy, because I mean, I can go in there and I can lose. I'm not Superman. I mean, we all can be beaten.
Right.
So for me to say, how can I overlook this man? You know, this man who's trained hard. He has a family. You know, he has the same amount of things he's fighting for that I do. So for me to overlook all those things is very arrogant, and it's very immature of me to do that. So I wanted to focus on him, and I want to be able to only solely worry about him in that fight.
In my time, there was no weightlifting, no power punching, no power lifting, no weightlifting.
Yeah.
Now I see, as the years go by, some of the fighters have adapted to using weights to strengthen themselves.
Yeah.
What's the difference between my time and your time?
Well, technology is totally different. I think in my time now, opposed to your time, we are more evolved. And I think maybe 10, 20 years from now, their time will be more evolved. It just grows. You know, life grows, fighters grow, people grow, and time changes. You know, everything's not going to stay the same. So someone 20 years from now will have a better platform, format, skill level than I possibly can ever imagine. So it's just time changes everything. and that's just pretty much what it is. I mean, I don't like to do really too much strength training. You know, I'm more of a resistant rope type of guy and lightweights, but for the most part, yeah, I'm on your side with that.
Look, they talked about, and it was kind of comical. It says, a boxer trains in the gym with 10-pound weights, and then when he realizes he's just going to use 10-ounce gloves.
Sure.
So it's to his advantage because of the stamina and the championship rounds and all that. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It does make sense. I mean, you want to be able to train and condition your body to go 15 rounds if you're going to go 12 rounds. So you need to learn and study it. I mean, people just study boxing. You have to study the whole training of the sport, whether it's going outside of the sport and different things to imply into what you're doing now. And that's what I do. I do yoga. I'm starting to get into ballet. I mean, I'm doing all different types of things to enhance my athleticism, my strength, my power. So if somebody can really take focus on their skill that much to go outside their sport and find a solution, then they're dedicated.
Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing the philosophy that you use. It's something that's new because most fighters, of course, in my day, it was just punch the wall and walk in.
Yeah, you might see me knock somebody out and do a little two-leg or two-finger, something like that.
Yeah, It says, how could this guy be a fighter when he's a ballet dancer?
Right. That's what they're going to say. But Michael Jordan did ballet, and people don't know that.
And the wide receiver from Pittsburgh Steelers, I forget his name now. Herschel Walker was
Herschel Walker, yeah.
All of them guys did ballet. But it
just goes to show you how dedicated people are to their craft. And I just want to be able to show the up-and-coming fighters and people looking up to me who want to become boxers that, hey, listen, you got to be dedicated. Not only dedicated, you got to go the extra mile if you want it. If you want it.
Last question.
Yeah.
I know you're tired of at home to your family. That's your boy there?
Yeah, that's my son right there, yeah.
How would you feel if your son said, Dad, I want to be a fighter?
Well, you know what? Nate, come here, Nate.
Come here, Nate. We're talking
Come
about
here. He wants to know if you wants to be a boxer. You want to be a boxer? Yeah?
You want to be a boxer?
Come do an interview with Daddy.
Come here.
Interview with Daddy?
All right. Yeah. You want to be a boxer?
You want to be a boxer like Daddy?
Which one? As good as Daddy, or you will be better than Daddy?
Be better than Daddy, right?
He's better.
That's right, because you're the champ, right?
I want to win for Paulie. He was doing this and that.
He like Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi is one of his favorite fighters.
No kidding.
Yeah, he loves Paulie.
You like Paulie? Paulie's a good friend of yours. You like him?
And I also love my daddy too.
You also love your daddy? All right, good job,
I
man.
love my daddy and Paulie.
All right, go ahead. I'm going to go see you in a little bit, okay?
How old are you?
He's 4.
4 years old.
Yeah,
he's
he's
big for 4.
He's a handful. He's a handful, but he's in the gym with me. He loves boxing. He lives boxing. So, you know, if he wants to get into it, I don't want him to, but you know, I want him to be happy. So whatever makes him happy.
Yeah, I had 3 sons. I wanted to give him boxing, and my wife said no, but I taught him. I taught him how to box. That's about it, and they're fine today.
That's cool.
Danny,
awesome. It's always a pleasure.
God bless you.
It's always a pleasure.
It's I get goosebumps just thinking about you come back, and I certainly hope that God blesses us.
Yes.
And this is a great blessing, right?
Thank you. I appreciate
So
that.
this is the Kristal Hart Show talking with Danny Jacobs. The future. Hey, you're big enough to go into the super middleweight. Andre Ward, you might be in trouble now.
Andre Ward is a tremendous fighter. He's a great friend of mine. I'll stay at 160.
God bless.
Thank you.
This is the Kristal Hart Show with myself, Stephen Lois Jr., and Danny Jacobs. August 19th, Best Buy.